In the last movie, we were working on these thumbnails for the albums section, and we were able to produce them, and they pretty much look the way that we want them to look outside of the hyperlink. But unfortunately, they're being stacked on top of one another. And if you remember, we created a rule to float each of these to the left. So what we need to do is verify our CSS to see if there's a potential problem with that float. So let's come back to our editors. And what I'd like you to do inside the style sheet file is scroll up until you find the rule that deals with the float, which is albums ULLI. And sure enough, I have the number 1 here right after the word left. So I'm going to remove that and save it. I'm going to come back to index.html and I'm going to re-preview this. And you'll notice we're getting a lot closer. We have the 3 thumbnails, but the bottom thumbnail here is being wrapped down towards the bottom, and it should appear over here on the right. Well, what's happening is each of these thumbnails have spacing associated with them. And if we come back to our HTML document, what we want to do is essentially remove any right margin. And we can do that for this last list item. We can go ahead and type in the class attribute. And the class that we want to use is NRM for no right margin, which happens to be part of the F2FW framework. But I always confuse this. I don't know if it's NRM or NMR. So the best bet here, when you're not sure of the class name, use code hinting. If I type in N, and then I'll be brought to all the classes that start with N. And if I scroll down, I can see that there's one called NMR for no margin right. So I'm going to go ahead and select that one. I know that class exists. So I'm going to go ahead and save this document, and I'm going to re-preview it in Chrome. And when I do, we'll now see all 4 thumbnails appearing inside this albums section. So the next thing that we need to deal with is the appearance of these hyperlinks. And that's what we'll start working on in the next movie.